Northern group protest in Abuja demands referendum. A group of women under the aegis of the Amalgamation of the Northern Women Associations on Saturday demanded a referendum to allow Biafran agitators to choose whether or not to remain in Nigeria. The coordinator of the group, Hadiza Adamu, spoke on behalf of other members during a protest in Abuja on Saturday. She said Nigeria history has shown that women carry the heavy burden of war and acts of insurrections and terrorism. We have gone through it from 1967 to 1971. Our men died and left us with the children to cater for out of nothing. Other men that survived simply moved on, but we never moved on. The aftermath of the war and sufferings left lifetime scars in our hearts and our bodies. It is for this reason that we have come together today and say we don't want another war, another insurrection. We therefore unanimously call on President Muhammadu Buhari as the leader and father of the country and the leadership of the National Assembly, President of the Senate, Dr. Ahmad Lawal, and the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Honorable Femi Gbajabiamila, to immediately call for a referendum in the country. Let people choose to live in peace in Nigeria or leave. Any other group or nationality that wants to succeed or exercise their rights of self-determination like the Southeast has been agitated for decades to be allowed to leave Nigeria peacefully without resorting to a second civil war. Today, the Igbo nation has turned the entire Southeast to almost a war zone. Northerners, irrespective of their tribes, are no longer safe. States' infrastructures are no longer safe. Service personnel from police to army are not safe. INEC offices and other symbols of democracy in the country are being destroyed on a daily basis. Our husbands that go to do the business in the Southeast no longer return home safe. Our political leaders who travel to the Southeast on national assignments are assassinated in broad daylight. The Punch. All right. I mean, honestly, the intent is absolutely good. And again, women are coming out of protest as they should. It is their prerogative. And, to show support. Again, it's just simply put, very well written, very well expressed. It's not even that complicated. I think the frustrating thing is that, everyone has an understanding that we know what to do and we know the right thing to do. It's just that the change to happen from the top is hard because they also know what is right to do because they're well exposed and they have the skill sets to make things change. However, they choose not to. And I guess that's the sad thing that sort of, brings everything down, That is very much sad. Very, very sad. But, I mean, what else? I mean, at the end of the day, we have to commend these women for coming out to protest because, again, as she said, when men go out to war, majority, the women are the burden of that is always on the women because again there could be widows, people losing family members, and women are having to cater for men, cater for everyone in their family because now the man is gone, and so it's just a lot of burden for the woman alone, in which I can understand how or where these women are coming from, and from that. It's smart that they obviously done their research to understand how it was for the women back then when the war, the Biafran War or Nigerian Civil War, as you describe it, when it was actually, when it actually happened. So they understand what the burden would be like and the aftermath, and they do not want a repeat of that, which is smart. But, a change is going to come, and it has to. There's literally no choice. Someone says, let's go to the comment section. Somebody says, allow the Biafra to go and any other one. We are sick and tired of criminality, dominance, ingrate propaganda. What do you mean Biafra? Obviously very much intentional to call it Biafra. Do you think it's fake? But yeah, the thing is you can't just decide to take away human rights. I don't know I don't know where the mentality comes from, but you can't just decide for a set of people what their fate is. You can't keep people hostage. You're holding them against their will because again the government is literally the only factor that would literally be the last thing to decide what would happen if what would happen for Biafra if they decide to have a referendum. Somebody says, oh yes, it's time to let the sons and daughters of okay go their way so that they can continue to deliver more beef. Okay, nah, that's not even. Again, it's actually very shocking because you not expect that Igbos actually go through a lot in terms of like the abuse. A lot. I mean, to be honest, when it comes to the marginalization, again, if you can't relate, you can't relate. But just because you can't relate does not mean that it doesn't happen. However, it's like the comment section is very much aggressive towards Igbos, as in at. But we're not gonna tolerate any slander towards Igbos or Biafrans. We don't even tolerate any slander towards anybody being that's just minding their business. You know what I mean? So again, it's just like again, I can't read all these out because these are very, very, these are very, very gruesome, and you have to actually select what kind of thing to wrap because I don't even think it's good enough to go on YouTube. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Someone says, God bless you because even the wife can divorce the husband and the family can separate since the Igbos won't Biafra, allow them to go. But refusing them will make them popular and it's only 5 states. So let them go their separate ways. Stop sending military to kill them. I mean, it's not even that deep. It really isn't. I think because the government is being reluctant about there's a clash, a back and forth, and then there's this sort of miscommunication where the Igbos that are actually the victims are seen as the villains, and then people who follow along with the government will then begin to side with the government, and it's just like there's nothing to side with because again, with a vibe like this, if you're making it very much difficult for Igbos to leave, then it's like, okay, what will be the aftermath if they actually leave? Are we then gonna start hating each other or having malice? Like just what would be the end? Because it's like with this kind of vibe, imagine, okay, fine, Biafra actually happens, then we'd all be beefing each other and then countries cannot trade with one another. No one, unnecessary beef and hate. Is that necessary? Absolutely not. So again, it's just like we have to protest. We actually have no choice but to do that. I mean, except everyone is fine with how the country is and everyone's just gonna be like, what, let's leave Nigeria as it is. If not, then that's it. If we really want change, we have to be the instrument of change, and some things might not change in our generations to come, but at least we're adding that influence to make sure that the next generations that are gonna come will have an easier fight. That's just it. It really is it. We have to decide what we're gonna do about it. Put what you think about it in the comment section below, and don't forget to like and subscribe.